Morning class. So we are going to study about a new chapter, that is money. Okay, so we'll study about the details what is money is. So chapter 5, money. A, a thing which is commonly used or accepted as a medium of exchange, that is called as money. Okay. A thing which is commonly accepted a thing which is commonly accepted as a medium of exchange, that is called as money, or it is known as money. So goods were earlier, before this money did not existed. How people used to transfer means exchange, get the goods from one goods to another, that was known as barter system. Okay, so in that barter system, what was there? Under this barter system, goods were exchanged with goods. So when we talk about the barter system, what we'll see, only goods were given in place of goods. And if we want to do something, if we want to work for somebody, we need to. Okay. And at that time, when the coincidence in that this barter system, the coincidence to be there. If I wanted rice and you wanted to sell wheat, and I want wheat and you want rice, then when our the things our demand matches at that time, then only that transaction took place. Otherwise, I wanted rice and you were sorry, I wanted wheat and you were selling pulse, you were giving pulse that time. No, that transaction would not happen. Okay, because I may be possible that I would have having the pulse at home. Okay, so in barter systems, goods were exchanged for goods. But now, what do you do? So today, what do? You take money with you. You go anywhere, whether you stay, whether you eat, whether you purchase dress, whether you purchase jewelries, whether you go and work for somebody, whatever you do. Okay, what do you take it with you? That is money. You work for money. So if you sell anything, you will receive money. When you purchase anything, you need to give money. When you are working for somebody, you need to, they will pay you in the form of money. So money is a medium which is commonly accepted, that is commonly accepted as a medium of exchange. Okay. So if you are working something, you working somewhere, you are selling something, you are purchasing something. So what you are doing, you are exchanging the things that do money is required here. But when the money does not exist, okay, when money was not there or money was not found, okay. So in that time, what people were earlier period, in earlier period, what people were doing, they were exchanging. That is known as barter system. Goods were exchanged for goods only. If suppose you want to build a house, you need to search for the people, those who want food grains for themselves. Suppose you are having food grain with you, enough amount of food grain is there. Okay, so you will look for some people, those who will look for the food grain, and they are searching for the work. So if you found that those kind of people, those time, then they were ready to build your house and you were ready to pay them in a form of food grains. So here goods are exchanged in the terms of goods. So if any work, if the person is demanding some kind of good or some work, then they need to give some goods, or they need to perform some work for them. Okay, that was the barter system. That money was not there. Okay, goods were exchanging for goods only. So that was the barter system. That was very previous time or very earlier time. Then we'll see now what money is. So money of when money came to a form of existence, earlier it was in the form of coin. Okay, that is one gold coin, then silver coin. Okay, so you can see in the different kingdoms and all they issued their gold coins and silver coin. Okay, after that, when this gold coin, silver coin were issued, then alloy coin was also issued. Okay, alloy coins were also issued. Then next term came for coinage. Okay, in that coinage, alloy coin was used. Then it came paper money was also used at that time. Okay, later on, slowly they transformed themselves from for a bigger amount they came to paper money, and after that, right now the age is of plastic money. Now, what is plastic money? What is paper money? And what is coin alloy coins of rupees coins? What we people are using today also. Okay, that is alloy coin. Okay, so 1 rupee, 2 rupee, 10 rupees coins. That is alloy coin. Then paper money, the notes which you are getting. 1,000 notes, sorry, 2,000 notes, 500 notes, then 200 notes, 100 notes. Okay, so notes of currency. So that comes under the paper money. Or different other things are also there that will come under the paper money. Then plastic money. What is plastic money? Debit card, ATM. That is debit card, credit cards, ATMs. These will come in plastic. And one more kind of money is running right nowadays. That is e-money, you understand? That is electronic money. Now, what does this electronic money do? You directly transfer the payment. You don't see the cash there transferring here and there. Okay. In these all transactions, gold were there, alloy was there, paper money, plastic money. So you can see. So not in the plastic money also. Okay. But any of these money. Okay. When you definitely you go to ATM, you use your plastic card, you get the money. Then too, you can see the cash transactions to be there. But in the electronic money, you don't see the cash transactions to be there. You only just see the electronic transfer of money from one wallet to another's wallet is there. Like for example, if I say Paytm, Google Pay, then UPI transactions, all will come under this electronic money. Okay. Electronic money, you can see the transfers from one account to another's person's account. So this is done in the electronic money. Now we will see what are the different uses of money also. Okay. First one, as a medium of exchange. Then, as a store of values. Then, as a measure of value. As a standard for deferred payment. Okay, we will see one by one what are these. Okay, medium of exchange means same. You are giving money and you are getting the goods in today's days. Okay, so as a medium of exchange, if you want to buy something, you give money and you get the product. Then store value. If you want to keep the money, suppose you are working, you have money, you cannot spend all the money every time. Okay, so you want if you have enough money or sufficient amount of money, what do you do? You keep the money as in a store. You store a money also. You store money in your wallets. You store money in your bank account. You store money uh, in your house also. And if you have extra money, like black money and all, you dug a pit and you store money in a bag full of bags of in a plastic bag. You keep the money and you dug it. You keep it in the ground also. Okay, so that is the storing of the money. Okay, store value is also there. So 1 lakh, 2 lakh, or thousands of crores of rupees you are having, you just store the money also. Okay, then now measure of value. Measure of value means if you are purchasing something in a small amount, the money required to be paid is also a small amount. And suppose if you are purchasing a huge amount of goods, so you need to provide huge amount of money also. So that is a measure of a value. So suppose you are purchasing 1 liter of petrol, so you need to pay that much amount only. So that is the measure of value. Okay. So how much you are paying, that much you are getting. That is the measure of value. Standard of default payment. That sometimes money is also used for the future payments also. Like suppose you want to purchase something in the future, you go and deposit the money somewhere. Okay, or you pay somebody for the future that please come come and you sign a contract with someone and you pay them earlier on for your work. So in that case, that is deferred payment. You can use the money for the future payment also. Going to the functions of money, we can say money has much wider terms, or money just work in a more wider term only as a medium of exchange. We see not only as a medium of exchange now, money, if we see these functions also, so money have more wider term than being only a medium of exchange. Money can be also for the stored value. Money can be measured as a measure of value. That standard for deferred payments also. That also includes in the definition of the money. So money cannot be only used for as a medium of exchange. It can be also used for these three functions also. So we'll see another one. Barter system. So under barter system, goods exchange for goods only. That means double coincidence of wants to be there. So double coincidence of want means I also want something, other person also must want something. Without want, you cannot do the transaction. And one more thing, like I have surplus rice and I want clothes, and another person is having surplus of clothes and he want rice. In that case, if I am willing to give rice for on what condition? Because I need clothes. Okay, and other person is willing to receive rice on what condition? Because he has surplus clothes. So when we people are there, when we people will meet, and if we say that I have surplus this thing and I want this thing. Another person say I have surplus of this thing and I want this thing. So in that case only my want and his want is colliding with each other, or our wants coincide with each other, then only we will do the transaction. Otherwise, there will be no transaction, because what I want that person is not having. So no transaction will take place between us. Fine. So rice will be, when I will go there, I will talk to him. He is willing to accept rice. He will accept rice, and what I will get in that case, I will get some clothes. Okay. So this is that will come under the double coincidence of wants. That is made there in the, you say the nature of the barter system is this only, double coincidence of wants. Without wants, you cannot play, the transaction cannot take place. And goods are exchanged for goods only. There was no money, so there was no other medium of exchange only except the goods. So people need to look around that who wants what. In that case, only they were able to perform that business. Okay, that was under the barter system. Now we will see the drawbacks of barter systems. So, few are the drawbacks of uh, barter system. First one is double coincidence of want. So double coincidence of want means if the person want what I am willing to sell, then only the transaction would take place. Otherwise, I need to search in the whole market. If nobody, then there will be no transaction of business. Okay, that was very difficult at that time to find what people are looking for. Okay, so lack of common unit of measure or value. So there was no common unit of value. Okay, so how much amount was given that was equal. Okay, or you say there was no common measure that how much people to take the business or the transaction to be performed. No unit of measurement was there. Okay, so no unit of value. Okay, that difficulty of failure in payment, difficulty in future payments. So future payments, see, suppose I am a farmer. Okay, I produce a huge amount of goods, food grains with me. Okay, suppose I produced a surplus amount of rice. I'm looking for a person to build my house, and I'm willing to give him a rice. That person said, not this month. I will be building after 3-4 months. I will be coming to your house. I will be working for your house in helping you in to build your house. But what will happen for 3-4 months? I will be able to keep my rice with me? That was the difficulty of the store value. So that was the difficulty for the future payment. And in the same way, storing value. Suppose rice is there, okay, and maybe possible that natural calamity is there, flood is there, earthquake is there. And in that case, my food grains get lost in that, okay, or my food grain get destroyed in that. So how I am going to do the future payment? Okay, in that case, so that is not possible. So difficulty in the storage also. So both the cases are similar, like difficulty in future payments. I could not do. I don't know in what condition will be there after 3, 4, or 6 months or 8 months. Okay, will I be able to pay the money or not? That is not money. I will be able to provide the good or not. Then difficulty in storage. If I have surplus amount, I need to just take it out for my uses. Okay, because I cannot store those huge amount of goods with me. Okay, I need to dispose it for different uses. So that was there in the barter system earlier. Okay, these were the drawbacks. So we'll meet up in the next class. Till then, thank you.